to serve northeastern and central Pennsylvania. This is WNEP 16, the news station. Now, Nolan, Johannes, Karen Harch, pilot Jack Wheeler in Skycam 16, chief meteorologist Tom Clark, and Joe Zone on sports. This is Newswatch 16.
Good evening. For many of us, it's day 3 of cleanup as we mop up the mud and shovel out debris.
It's what Hurricane Gloria left behind after her pouring rain caused flooding in parts of our area. Thousands of people, including those here on Albright Avenue in Scranton, are still cleaning up after Friday's storm, and they're adding up the damages. The mayor of Scranton has declared a boil order in the city, but there's controversy over whether boiling drinking water here is necessary. More on that in a moment. There are still thousands of people in Luzerne County who have no water because of Gloria. They're turning to water buffaloes, such as this one in DuPont, where they can get fresh drinking water. It certainly has been a rough 3 days for thousands and thousands of people. The amount of damage first became clear for many of us on Friday, when Skycam 16 captured dramatic pictures from the air. This was the scene in Blakely as crews worked furiously to save 2 trailer homes. The ground was giving way because of all the rain.
Today in Blakely, you can see how much of the ground gave way. But there's good news on the homes. One has been hauled from its location. The other was moved enough to keep it out of danger.
In the Dixon City area Friday night, drivers had to deal with a lake where the northbound lanes and an exit ramp for I-81 were supposed to be. Traffic was detoured until late Friday night.
Today from Skycam 16, you can see why drivers weren't making it through the area near Route 6. There's still a small pond of water in a grassy strip of the expressway 3 days after the rain stopped.
Scranton Farmers Market area was hard hit by the storm. As nearby homeowners evacuated the neighborhood, the water was inching toward the rooftops of the produce stand.
The view from Skycam 16 today shows business as usual at the farmers market. The water's gone, and so is most of the mud. It's back to selling and buying fresh fruits and vegetables.
Oliphant's business district was surrounded by water Friday. Several feet of water filled many streets and poured into businesses and homes.
In Oliphant today, the Lackawanna River is back in its bank, and traffic is moving as usual on streets that were impassable just 3 days ago.
Another scene from the air after Friday's storm showed you how more than 6 inches of rain turned waterways into a destructive force. This was Skycam 16's view of Springbrook blowing out of a narrow channel near where it enters the Lackawanna River.
The picture today, slow-moving water with no hint that this could ever become anything to fear. 15,000 people served by Pennsylvania Gas and Water are still without water in the upper sections of Luzerne County. The problem is in the 36-inch main that comes out of the Watrous Reservoir. It's broken and will take several days to fix. You can see the Watrous Reservoir here from Skycam 16. PG&W workers spent the weekend building a road back to the break because it's so far into the woods. The water, according to PG&W, should be back in upper Luzerne County by Thursday. Meanwhile, the company says you should boil any cloudy water as a precaution for 1 minute. Most of the people in Scranton have water coming from their taps.
But there's a catch. Scranton's Mayor McNulty has issued a water boil order. Newswatch 16's Mark Zanuck is live now in our Scranton newsroom with more. Mark?
Well, Karen, the boil order means all restaurants and bars that are licensed by the city must boil their water. It means that the city says you may want to boil the water in your home. It also means that Scranton Mayor James McNulty disagrees with the people that supply our water, PG&W.
Water that appears dirty to the naked eye, we are requesting our customers to boil as a precautionary measure only.
That's the way PG&W sees it. They say the water in Scranton may be dirty, but it's fine for drinking. If you want to boil it, you can do so as an added precaution.
No. I do not believe PG&W on the basis of the previous performance with your diocese.
The mayor says past experience has taught him better. When he was told today that all of the city's water is coming from Lake Scranton, and that PG&W's own Dr. Calabro said the lake's the dirtiest he's ever seen it, the mayor decided it was time to boil.
I'm not drinking their water. I won't drink their water. And I'm asking the people of the city of Scranton to protect themselves. Well, that's the mayor's prerogative. I can't argue with the mayor. If he wants to put the entire city under a boil, that's certainly his prerogative.
Now, along with the boil order, the mayor is ordering tests of water at Lake Scranton and tests on water taken from taps around the city. PG&W says they test the water on a regular basis, and they'll have their latest test results in sometime tomorrow. I'm Mark Bennett, Newswatch 16, with a live report from the Stanton newsroom. Karen?
Okay, thank you, Mark. Broken water mains and a lack of water have made many people's lives a mess.
Newswatch 16 Valerie Devine is live at Skycamp 16 now to tell us about a familiar solution from geodiocese days. Valerie?
Nolan, I'm flying over Avoca in Luzerne County. This entire section of Luzerne County, all the way down to Plains Township, and including Music and Lackawanna County, is still without water tonight. And to these people, that's a big problem, but there is a place they can go for help.
They waited in line just for a chance to fill up a jug or a bottle. These water buffaloes at the DuPont Borough building are the only source of fresh water these residents have. Still, they admit coping isn't easy. Terrible. There's no water to put the toilet or drink or anything. The water's turned out completely in DuPont. Can't take baths, for one thing. Hard doing dishes. Can't wash clothes. Can't clean. Can't do anything, really.
It's a problem. A lot of people don't realize that the rinsing is as important as the washing. But we're getting water here mainly for the bathroom facilities.
The lack of water isn't just a problem for homeowners, it's also a problem for businesses. At Owens, Illinois, in Jenkins Township, half of the plant is shut down, and management says about 1/3 of its workers are laid off. Water is needed to make glass faceplates for TV screens. The company is trying to tap a well on site. It hopes to have that hooked up and all of its workers back on the job by Wednesday.
Now, if you need water because you're in one of the areas that is without it tonight, here's a list of the water buffalo locations in your area. In Luzerne County, the Avoca Fire Station. In Lackawanna County, Scranton's Memorial Stadium. The DuPont Borough Building, the Laughlin Fire Station. The Pittston Township Fire Station. The Pittston Plaza. The Empire Yards on East Northampton Street in Wilkes-Barre. The Jenkins Township Municipal Building. Ray Talmadge's house on Westminster Road in Jenkins Township. The Wrestling Club on Center Street in Plains, the Wilkes-Barre Tech School in Plains, the Squaresville Borough Building, and also for sanitation purposes only, Whiskey Chevrolet along Route 315, that also in Pittston Township. So if you need water, remember the water is free. You won't be charged for it, but you do have to bring your own containers. Valerie Devine, Newswatch 16, live at Skycam over Avoca.
And as a reminder tonight for customers of the Keystone Water Company and the Abingtons of Lackawanna County, officials at Keystone ask customers to continue mandatory water use restrictions and try to save as much water as possible. Normally, Keystone gets about 1/3 of its water from PG&W, but it has shut off that main because of the cloudy water stirred up by Hurricane Gloria. Now, Keystone is using deep wells only and wants everyone to conserve so that all of its customers will have enough water in the Abington. Karen?
Environmental officials say Friday's heavy rains may have had a lot to do with an oil spill on the Susquehanna River. The oil is leaking out of the old Butler Mine tunnel in Pittston. If that sounds familiar, it should. Newswatch 16's Bob Reynolds says it's not the first time that hazardous waste has made its way out of that tunnel and into the river. Bobby drives now near the Butler Mine tunnel.
Well, Karen, the tanker truck you see behind me is going to be used as sort of a giant vacuum cleaner to basically scoop up toxic chemicals, which officials late this afternoon confirmed are in the Susquehanna River. Many of those toxic chemicals, they say, flowing in the river are the same ones which were dumped illegally in 1979. Officials say over 100,000 gallons of hazardous waste so far has made its way into the Susquehanna River from the Butler Mine Tunnel. Now, experts say Hurricane Gloria's rains may have forced the material out, and more toxic waste may be on the way.
Over the next several days, but we'll be here with our crews, making sure that we have any containment if it should burp again.
Gallons of toxic waste was illegally dumped in the abandoned mines beneath the Pittston area back in 1979. $2 million was used to clean up that mess, and so far, $40,000 has been spent on the latest cleanup, which began around early Saturday morning. The pictures you're looking at right now are of crews basically trying to catch many of the toxic chemicals that are flowing into the Susquehanna River from the Butler Mine Tunnel. And right now there you see a pretty good overall view of the area and the situation from Skycam 16. Now, officials here stress that one good thing is that the toxic chemicals are being heavily diluted by the Susquehanna River and all that water. Officials here also know that situation could change, and they've alerted many water companies all the way down to Maryland to be on the alert. Bob Reynolds, Newswatch 16 with a live Instacam report in Pittston.
Thank you, Bob. $5 million and still climbing. That's how much damage Luzerne County has because of Hurricane Gloria. Heavy rains and flooding caused some kind of damage to about 300 buildings in the county. The Parsons section of Wilkes-Barre was especially hard hit. State officials are looking at reports from Luzerne County and others to figure out what kind of emergency help should be made available to flood victims. We should know more by the end of the week. The governor might declare an emergency that would clear the way for small business administration loans.
Damage estimates continue to flood into emergency management offices in Lackawanna County. Scranton City officials say the damages are at least $14 million for public property in Scranton alone. In Lackawanna County, officials estimate 7,400 buildings, either homes or businesses, suffered some sort of flood damage. Lackawanna County officials hope to hear tomorrow if they'll get some federal money to help recover the cost.
There will be school tomorrow in the Pittston area school district. All schools except the high school will be back on normal schedule. High school students will get out early at noon. Classes were canceled today because the high school in Raceville had no water. It's in that area of Luzerne County where a water main break knocked out water service. Now, in the Scranton School District, some changes that you should be aware of if your children normally go to the Bancroft Elementary School. That school was closed today because of flooding. Now, first of all, those students will have school tomorrow, although the Bancroft students will attend classes at the North Scranton Intermediate School. Special shuttle buses will take those kids to school. They'll leave at 8:45 tomorrow morning from these locations: the Bancroft School, the Village Park Townhouse Rental Office, Western Field Main Entrance, and the Pecker Athletic Club. Now, preschoolers and kindergartners who attend afternoon classes can ride the shuttles from those same locations between noon and 12:15 tomorrow. Meteorologist Tom Clark is next to a busy weather watch.
Tom, another beautiful day today.
It doesn't get much better.
Right.
Kind of wish it would last for another 3 or 4 weeks.
Months?
I can't guarantee that. When we come back, I'll tell you about the change coming for tomorrow and some record-breaking temperatures.
Good morning. I'll have a ham and cheese omelet. Make my French toast. Breakfast sandwich with sausage, tomato, and lettuce.
Where do you guys think you are, Wendy's?
At Wendy's, you can get a made-to-order breakfast. Your choice of 4 omelets. A breakfast sandwich with your choice of toppings. Or choose from these other made-to-order entrees.
Breakfast just got bigger and better at Wendy's. All the made-to-order French toast you can eat for just 99 cents. No coupons, no limits. Hurry in during breakfast hours only at participating Wendy's.
Well, it was another drying out day. Perfect for that day. I need one more day, Tom.
Do you?
Yep.
You asking me for one?
Yeah, please.
Stop in my office after the show. We'll work something out. It's not going to happen tomorrow, folks. We do have some changes coming, but, so far we have received thousands of postcards from people who would like to become Channel 16 weather watchers. So it's going to take us a few more weeks to sort through all the mail and select 400 people who will get free one of these handy-dandy combination thermometer rain gauges with the WeatherWatch 16 logo right on it. So we're going to begin announcing the names on Monday, October 21st. I hope you have your name in that list. Not a cloud in the sky now in my backyard. The temperature at the moment is extremely comfortable. 69 degrees. Humidity 51%. And the wind is behaving itself in the south now, and the barometer is falling just a bit. The high here today in Avoca, 73 degrees, after a morning low of 47. Normals 68 and 48. 87 degrees, the record high for the state. Pollen count today from Scranton, 0. And a nice view today of the Susquehanna River from Danville. I think it's a little bit higher than usual, as you can see. There was frost on the pumpkin today, no doubt about it. Out there in Laramie, Wyoming, right there. Morning temperature 2 below 0. An incredible chill out this way, and I suspect more record-breaking low temperatures tomorrow morning in the Midwest. It's all happening behind this rather strong cold front here, dropping just some light rain as it's moving across the Ohio Valley now. That front will cross over Pennsylvania during the day tomorrow. It'll cloud us up and bring us a little bit of rain, but nothing heavy at this time as it moves on through. Once it does, I don't expect any record-breaking cold temperatures here. In Pittsburgh tonight, Monday Night Football, I don't expect any rain. Game time temperatures in the 60s. Here's my forecast for this area tonight. More moonlight. Okay, it'll be shining rather brightly, and then haze up a little bit after midnight as some high clouds come in. Montrose about 52, Glen Ryan 54, Lee Heighton 53, Tall Oaks, Juniata County about 55 tomorrow morning, and in Avis 54, and the wind will stay from the southwest. Sunrise tomorrow morning will occur at this time, coming up at 6:59 now. Look at that sunset at 6:46. Days getting short. Call it a fair night tonight, comfortable. About 55 the morning low, not as cool as it was last night. A cloudy day tomorrow as that line moves on through. And yes, just some light rain coming through. A few switches and showers around in the afternoon. 73 the high. Cooling off quite a bit on Wednesday. Partly cloudy, 63. You'll need a jacket. Thursday and Friday as well. Temperatures not too far from 60. A rare sight in the morning sky all this week. I'll talk about that tonight after the game.
Oh, that's something we won't want to miss tomorrow then, right?
We'll talk about it then.
We'll have to get up early, I guess.
Yeah.
Thanks, Tom.
Well, there's a new #1 team in the new Super 16. Jerry Zone will have that on the Sports Watch.
Joe also has a baseball pennant race update with only 1 week to go.
More people trust Midas for the values they get in muffler stocks and brakes. The value of a free inspection. The value of a written estimate. And best of all, the value of a good deal, like this.
Your participating Scranton area Midas dealers challenge you to beat their exhaust prices. Bring in any legitimate written competitive estimate for your muffler or exhaust system, and they'll meet or beat the price. Call your participating dealer for Midas Challenge details.
Okay, everybody, let's go. Sweet, nice, and healthy food from Metropolitan Life are now the #1 in group life insurance and a leader in group health insurance, and I'm just the manager of a little dog shop. Maybe my gift should be found. I have a strange experience just did something right. Didn't it,
Penn State keeps moving along.
They are just about doing it. They're getting by. You saw a football game yesterday. Giants and Eagles.
Yeah. First half boring. Second half was good.
We won't tell viewers which side your family was rooting for, but it was unanimous, you and your husband. The big game, Penn State, Alabama, you know, it is 2 weeks away, and already the hype has started, and yes, we are going to be a big part of that hype. Penn State, Alabama, both teams 4-0. Both teams are ranked in the various polls. Both teams are off this coming Saturday. They play in 2 weeks, 3:30 Beaver Stadium. We'll be televising that game live here on WNEP. Penn State did it Saturday with defense and with a big play offense. This touchdown run by Steve Smith. It's good for 63 yards. It came in the fourth quarter. Turned out to be the winning score, 17-10, Penn State over Rutgers. Well, we are 6 weeks into the high school football season, and we have got our third different top-ranked team. 16th ranked Pottsville is the reason for the change this week. The Crimson Tide beat top-ranked Wyoming area. Number 15, Milton. They beat Chickalin. 14th, Wyoming Valley West. A big win for them over Myers. Number 13, East Stroudsburg over Northwestern. Number 12 is Loyalsock. They beat Lewisburg. Number 11, Blue Mountain beat West Hazleton. Number 10, Susquehanna plays tonight. That's a result of the rain over the weekend. Number 9, Tamaqua beat Danville. Number 8, Williamsport dropped from 4th after losing to Coughlin. Number 7, Coughlin with the big win. Number 6 is Southern Columbia, undefeated. Number 5, Shamokin over North Schuylkill. Number 4, Valley View beat previously undefeated Abington. Number 3, Wyoming area lost to Pottsville, as we showed you. Number 2, Berwick, they beat Mount Carmel. One loss. By the way, the team they lost to in Binghamton ranked the number 2 team in the state of New York. And number 1, Dunmore, so far undefeated now. They beat West Scranton in that football game on Saturday night. Well, he was one of the most publicized boxers of the last 5 years. But today, Boom Boom Mancini is enjoying early retirement. He's in Scranton tonight to meet and talk with a group from St. Mary's. Tim Carlson is with Ray Mancini, and we'll have his story tonight on the update after the football game. Speaking of the football game, it is Cincinnati and Pittsburgh tonight at 9 o'clock. Pennant race situation is this with a week to go. Cincinnati's 5.5 back of San Francisco. And they play tonight. It's 5.5 behind the Dodgers, and they play at San Francisco. The Dodgers with the lead play at San Diego. The Mets are 3 back at St. Louis. Those 2 teams play tomorrow, the first game of 3. They'll play 3 games. That will decide it. Yankees 5.5 behind. Baltimore, or 5.5 behind. Toronto, they play Baltimore tonight, and of course Toronto has the lead there. California, Kansas City, KC 1 back. California and Kansas City start a 3-game series tonight, so it's going to go right down to the last few days. That's all of it here tonight with that shot, and I'll see you after that football game.
By the way, Phil Negro is back from his family's visit where he had his sick father. He will pitch tonight, go for win number 300.
Oh, good. I hope he finally gets it.
Yeah.
Thanks, Joe. Thanks, stay with us. We'll recap our top story in just a moment.
It's the storm story and how people are coming back 3 days later.
If you're hungry, I mean really hungry, then come to our Sunday Spectacular at the gazebo inside the Sheraton Crossgate in downtown Wilkes-Barre this Sunday morning. Cereal, eggs, Virginia baked ham, Danish, fresh fruit, stewed prunes, and so much more. For so much less, only $3.95. Only $3.95 for one of the best breakfast buffets around. From 9 to 1 every Sunday in the gazebo at the Sheraton Crossgate in downtown Wilkes-Barre. The Gazebo Breakfast Buffet, only $3.95. What a deal!
Oh, sure. Don't forget to play.
People's $30 million payday at Ray and Derek. Payday?
Yes, you get a free product or a great discount with every card.
Payday? You say payday?
What's it pay? You have chances to win a $110,000 cash and a grand prize of $100,000.
Play People's $30 million payday for free products, discounts, and cash prizes. Now at Ray and Derek drugstores.
Finally tonight, here's a brief recap of where we are 3 days after Hurricane Gloria. In Lackawanna County, the area is flooded out, are still cleaning up from the mud and dust left by the Lackawanna River. Upper Luzerne County has no drinking water except from water buffaloes and won't for several days because of a huge water main break here near the Wadsworth Reservoir on Friday. In Scranton, city officials are ordering businesses and advising residents to boil their drinking water because PG&W has switched to the Lake Scranton Reservoir. The water's cloudy, but PG&W says it is safe to drink. Damage estimates from Friday's storm is now well over $20 million and still climbing in Lackawanna and Luzerne County.
And that is Newswatch 16 for this Monday.
Be sure to join us tonight on the Up Days when we will be having more on the Gloria cleanup, including a look at some families who almost lost their homes into a creek.
World News Tonight is next. For the team, thanks for joining us.
And we'll be back after tonight's football game.
Enjoy your evening.